Alright, so the Chrysanthema S. Let's put that best crew right there. Alright. What does this thing look like? Oh my god, there's the ground radar and a pair of missile launchers. So these missiles are going to reload instead of the roll out to the side one like on the Sturm S. They're going to fold back downwards, it looks like. Looks like this arm will swing backwards and this thing will swing downwards at the same time to drop in there and then reload 2 more missiles and pop back up. Interesting. It's like a laser designator right there for the... should be the gunner position, I would bet. Driver, probably driver over here, commander right here, and gunner right here, I would expect. We'll check that in the X-ray. The radar looks like it'll fold down in, and there's a little protective screen to pop over that. I wonder if you can actually turn the radar off and have that fold up and hide away, or if it does it automatically when you're driving, like with the Sturm. Interesting, interesting vehicle. So it's clearly a BMP-3 chassis. Interesting. Let's take a look at the modifications. And I'll buy all these quick and then pop back after that. Okay, all weapons loaded. We've got both types of missiles. Like I was just saying in the stream, I wonder if you can choose to have, like, if it's left click fires the one and then right click fires the other, and if you can have one of each missile loaded in either side in both launchers, or if it's just going to be, no, sorry, you have to choose. I would assume you could have one loaded on one side, one on the other, although the way this arm looks like it reloads, I don't know how that would be implemented, so... let's, we'll look at the camouflages real fast and see if there are any, because there probably are. There are indeed. Tricolor, tricolor desert, my favorite. Bicolor desert, deforming forest, deforming winter, and finish summer. Pretty standard camos for the Russians. Okay, let's take a look at armor X-ray real quick. So yeah, I mean, there's armor, it really isn't going to be there. This is going to be a don't get hit kind of situation. And we've got... huh, okay, we've got a driver and a commander. That's it. The third position, I guess, is not used. Alright. Huh. Is it really just 2 crew? I guess. Alright, well, let's take it for a test drive. Well, we've got the missiles, but... uh-huh. So the HE one is apparently a HEVT then? Look at the missile depression. Woo! It's got a radar, yeah. The radar is for the ground. Let's see, is there a... how do we lock targets? That's how. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. See, it's not a right click left click situation. It's left click fires both. But looks like you can, let's see, we'll try and get a radar on that 70 out there. Yep. Fire one. I'm not touching anything after I fire it. And then, okay, let's see if we... yeah, so when radar lock gets lost, it just drops. Oh, these are the HE. Alright, these are the HE ones. Let's see if we can hit an airplane with them. Where'd he go? Where'd the airplane go? There was a jet here. Oh, there it is. What's a B-57? Oh, there we go. I don't think the radar is going to lock onto them, but we'll wait for the B-57 to fly over wherever he is. There he is. Can we lock him? No, we can only lock ground targets. Okay, that's fine. Alright then. That worked. I don't know that there's a way to lock that one on. But it will. You can also certainly manually guide them, which I just did there. So, interesting. Interesting. Let's, see what an Abrams takes from the HEVT here. Well, it takes the cannon barrel out. We shouldn't be shocked by that whatsoever, since after all, it's an Abrams, and the easiest way to kill an Abrams is just shoot it in the cannon barrel, of course. Everybody knows that's how every Abrams has ever died in real life ever. Yeah, that's true. Alright. Alright, radar off. Nope, radar is not folding. Let's see if the radar folds while we're driving. Because we're over speed for the launcher. Nope, the radar apparently isn't modeled to, Nope. Alright, we're going to line up on these other targets over here. We're going to see if we can radar guide one and manually guide the second. Whee! Everybody gets seasick. Okay, we got a target here. We'll lock him up, and then can we manually guide a second target? Where are the other targets? Alright, one right there. Let's see. Fire a missile. Totally did not go for the radar. That one did. Okay. That definitely did not guide to the radar. I guess we were too off axis, too off bore. We're not detecting the tank through the trees here. Okay. Let's get back into the open where we can actually see the targets. Moves pretty well, that's for sure. Alright, now I'm gonna fire two and just see if they both just guide. Oh yeah. They both went right to it. Let's see if we fire one here. Okay, so one thing you don't want to do is turn off the radar halfway through the guidance. Because that didn't work either. Turn the radar off, and that missile went straight into the ground, so... So we'll have to figure out a way to make use of the two missiles at the same time thing, but pointing it at one and launching the radar, I would assume radar locking a target and firing it, and then manually guiding the second one. But it'd have to be too far off axis, I guess, so it'd probably have to be like launch here with radar, then swing over here off axis and fire your second missile and manually optically guide it. Seems like what would probably work. Interesting, though. It's also interesting that the launcher doesn't fold down when you get too fast. Every other vehicle in the game, including the Sturm, does that, so... Not that I'm complaining, because I would like to use this thing, and it's one of the most frustrating features of missile launch vehicles, but I'm curious as to why this one's launcher doesn't fold down and hide away like every other vehicle that has an extendable missile launcher does. Including the Sturm, where that's the only weapon it has, just like this. So I don't know. Yeah, that radar doesn't have any other modes besides this. That's it. It's got search, acquisition, and track, and that's it. You can change the distance, but that's all you can do. You can't change the box size or anything like that. It's either on, off, or searching or not searching. And you've got commander and gunner thermals, so interesting vehicle. That'll be something. Let's check out the SU-7B here. Looks an awful lot like an Su-7B to me. Look at that thing's nose down. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That would definitely help with takeoff and landing rotation, but that's pretty hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Okay, all modifications purchased for the Su-7B. You got armor targets, you got air targets or default. And then for your ground loadouts, you can bring 64 S5Ks, you can bring 4 S24s, you can bring 28 S3Ks, 4 Fab 250s, and 4 Fab 500s. So there you go. So we'll take a look at the 64 rockets. Not bad. 2 on the center line. That'll make impact pretty easy. And the 4 S24s. Oof, good lord. If this thing gets a ballistic computer, it's going to be a monster with those. And then 28 S3Ks. Are those... Yeah, they are bigger rockets. Look at those! That's an unexpected surprise. We may have to do 2 different loadout test flights for this thing. We'll take these first because they're new. And then, of course, the bombs are the bombs. Let's see what the 500s look like. Look at those beasts. Oof. Alright, let's slap the, those new rockets back on there. Are these heat or anything? Yeah, these have got to be heat warheads. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, let's try those out. Let's see if this thing has a ballistic computer and give these babies a shot. Go with armor targets. Very interesting. Look at that engine exhaust. Whew. And away we go. Acceleration's pretty good. That's a real big engine. Does have an air brake. That's good. Up we go. There is a ballistic computer. Oh my, there's a ballistic computer. Oh Jesus. Oh boy. 28 heat rockets with a ballistic computer, or 4 S24s, or what was it, 64 regular rockets, and then 4 bombs as well with a ballistic computer. This is going to be... You're going to see a lot of people using this thing in ground assault, or ground battles, not ground assault. Ballistic computer. Okay. Ballistic oh, wow. The impact point didn't come up till we were practically crashing. Interesting. Very interesting. These must be really slow or something, because that... No, not really. Yeah, I don't know how you're going to use the ballistic computer if it doesn't... It doesn't display an impact point until you are practically hitting the ground. We'll try coming in a little slower from a steeper angle and see if it works a little better, but, No, it worked. The first pass I made with it gave the rocket impact indicator, but it was right as I started pulling out because I was going to run into the ground. But it did switch over to the rocket X. It did work. It just, didn't work right away. Hello, Yuri! Also, it's not really working for the guns anyways. It's hitting way too high. See? There. I mean, by the time that ballistic computer reticle shows up, you're crashing. If you hold on target long enough to use that reticle, man, you're not pulling out of it. That you may as well be a suicide. I think it's got to be. I mean, it's clearly a dev server thing because of the calculations for this new rocket are probably just not fully fleshed out in the code. Which is unfortunate because I would like to see this one work, but we'll just make a carpet strike with it and then go back with S-24s and make sure the S-24s work, because it could be this jet's dev server profile for the ballistic computer could be screwed up or something. Who knows? Let's see what kind of low altitude speed we get, because this thing was meant to be a low altitude, high speed dogfighter. It's got pretty dang good low altitude acceleration, that's for sure. Look at this thing go. I mean, not bad. Alright, let's go make our carpet strike. Carpet heat rocket strike on the M48 tanks over here. Got him. Got the truck anyway. So the rockets have got pretty reasonable ballistics. 45 seconds for the reload. We'll let them reload and we'll make another diving strike more or less straight down at the M48, and we'll see what kind of range you can realistically hope to use them at. Very interesting rocket loadout. I like it. I like heat rockets in the game pretty much for tank strikes. Because if you do hit, they do pretty good damage. Let's see what the maneuverability isn't terrible up at altitude, but it's got the F-100 roll to it. Not too bad. Think. Oh yeah, I was right. There's the ground targets. Okay. We'll make a quick downwards pass here. Let's see how badly the controls lock up. This is probably going to be pretty bad. Oh yeah. Look at the wing! Look at the wing! Look at the... It's leveling off! It's leveling off. Look at the perfect square chunk in the wing. Ah, the dev server leads to some great moments, doesn't it? That's funny. They haven't quite modeled the Su-7B's damage model fully. That's great. Oh my god, I love it. Alright, we'll check the ballistic computer with the S-24s. And just see if it's just totally borked for the Su-7B or if it's the new rocket. That's the problem. S-3Ks. We'll take these in and we'll run a test flight with those quick. Too bad you can't just start a test flight in the air for purposes of speeding up things like the dev server. But oh well. So, radar, we got... Looks like it's just search. Okay, well, there is an acquisition mode radar, but I don't really know what it's going to do besides maybe give you gun director. I guess it would be a gun director mode. Alright, ballistic computer on. Yeah, that seems like it's working, so I'm guessing it's just the new rockets, because that gave me the ballistic computer immediately as soon as it hit terrain, so... We'll make a quick strike over here. We'll try to get some altitude quick, and then make an S-24 strike. 2 rockets per target if we can help it, or really what I should do is 1 on the truck and 3 on the M48, but... Let's see if we can, see if we can pick both of these off in one pass here. Yeah, that ballistic computer's definitely seems to just be a problem with the... Didn't quite hit the tank, though. But yeah, so it seems that the ballistic computer is just a problem with the new rocket, so that's a shame. But most likely, that will be fixed before the before this goes live. I'll let them know on the content creator Discord that the S3K ballistic computer doesn't seem to quite function correctly.